Now, let me ask you this question. If you ever see your enemy singing your praises, if you ever see your enemy doing that which he used to be against, how would you feel? And what would be your next move? Would you even believe what is happening? I will have to tell you that this is happening in Ghana right now, in Ghana's politics, and it happens to be between the NDC and the MPP, and this is actually very shocking. I don't want to give you all the info, but as always, Bakamukomo Fanti.
TV Ghana, Matoda na Masor.
Now, Anyabaya Jinde, former President John Dramani Mahama said urban policies and other initiatives or Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, na Nankasane boss, na Dan Kwakufa Dupukwa Zaba. He's not actually a supporter of any of them. Now, Sunday, Oidama, Obia, painful today, if you cannot fight them, you have to join them. And then Nankasa former president, Nankasa Wetumak Ninumasam. Now, I support one of the initiatives, one of the biggest initiatives by Oya the MPP Aban. Now, we don't know whether some Kana Soroka through Soroka, I don't know, but you could see there now why it's serious as well. Now, it is about this Ghana card. Now, Konya Obwama, Sabia, itu pepe dubina se, pede we identify the ampa Ghana. Ghana card no was being made in that way, they were able to identify so well as a Ghanaian. In the Sabia, in place of even the Ghana card, you can use Pokwano. Say to pepe dubina se, if you don't see your passport Pokwano, which is on record, there will be crowd or travel to Ghana. Now, the passport no more ye, into na into due to that Nipokwan airline instead of there, in case you already denying passports Nipokwan for entry into Ghana no, or man Queen because no you want a Ghana card. I even need to testify. It is a former President John Dramani Mahama. This time when you Queen and say, as you there also to IMP. This is the first time I ever today. All can be put there. Sisiano, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or the Ghana card let the Abana, so the Abaza. You know, Ghana Immigration Service. One more was done who need man 1 year. Now, I said, who know that Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, name your dono, on to no umba, and umbrella now umbama Ghana Gibia. Now, some young say, cry, hey, oh yeah, game man, another yabba, because assembly of a syrup. No, no audio hot, Mama, Yakona, Kekiti. Nabium, Cocoa the whole anchor first no oil communicator for oil friend and there, NDC Amayokuno. Or the same is at to now, Martin, also the late Atamil, so no first no pseudo as oil president, no. Yakopa no funny currency. Now, oil late President Bills. Before that, now, all be fee, oil Akunyano dana there, oba connect no. And now, why be she that to what from the white paper, chede, damn white paper your water there. In Zama, say, eba benim, michere, eba president do, and other ministers, no, ya appointees be above fun not, no, chede. When you go to the executive arm of government, no, president, vice president, and the first ladies, na say, improving na sika wardrobe, no, and ka watch in a way we review Sikana watching damn rabbi, Damascan, be what to walk or Ghana for uncle to come, not the one hand. I don't know quick the open obisa or president mills today. First, no, not oil president, but since you're ex-president. Now, former president of Pedo Bisan there, first, no, oil vice, no, even than a boss or a made one. No, as a vice president, no, or who than the boss, no fee, acquainted by way of there, or connect. But all no, former president, but Tinado as president, no, into one more, who white paper now you wait to maybe. Because since another in the room there, or per there, only acquainted now about review the constitution, on the quick the host in the debby. First, never cow as oil NDC for. But Sisiano Mras and Sisiano say I catch up there. I mean more one as oil communicator for the NDC. No, they very clearly that I was aware about this. But I was oil ebe ye kunya bo so no ebe so no. Entumentu wana mo ni biara. No chede Sisiano e pepper wa bentino or there but more than propaganda in a way. Na chede to put to Ghana fu won yodo. On no say dey be that man's no boy na man sam no. That man's no so ye as I said oil no krompu kran kokan but ohun de that man did atu nkoti na otu de gu na fu yodo. And also no audio what mama yakọ na yakwakobo. Inti that matu audio si aba a bit of a contention we Ghana men we see sia. Inti ebekọ na ye dinka ni yetei oye former president John Dramani Mahama ne some of the two na kwekwan yi de ho adwena onye former president onye. O menko na embra.
Na yenya omo across the border omo ya Ghana for and so omo te Cote d'Ivoire asase so ensu nechi ena omo te na ni okan no se emre bia omo ba bia ye tete omo ye jiji musika emse mesre na maka If you say immigration for Ankasa, energy too. Owura Bawumia say Ghana card ultimately took wine ekwa abrochrimpo. We near abrochrimpo. We asase so ya twensio aba na ya GSK. You see the Ghana card mpochira. Ghana card no enye adwuma. Enti immigration for mo tiemia mesrem Ghana card no yetimi de tukwan enti omo ba no mo chere Ghana card na chere so mo ye Ghana for e wo say mo bie kwan na omo timi ba enti
So President Mahama took over because we didn't want to create a constitutional vacuum, and so he took over from his boss President Mills. Now I know that while the work was going on, the CRC work was going on, the vice president was in the picture. He was not outside the picture. The vice president was in the picture. He now becomes president. What happened to the white paper? That's the question. As for President Mills, Osebo, and Ghana for a money to me, say amount to me, and no deal with bosses. Sebi, Nakupon friend say, why you a moody? Now the ticket, that I'm talking about the ticket. So this ticket, is President Mahama going to now tell anybody that Onu as a human being, and as an individually, he didn't believe in the review of the constitution? If that is the case, you come and tell Ghanaians that he, Mahama, John, did not believe in the CRC. That is why when he became president, he decided to ignore it. You should come and tell us that story. That's the story some of us, that's the question some of us have been asking. And I think when you home Mahama Sem, and not time Mahama, and not a bitter. Kwame, let me say today, and I hope that your media, and I trust Peace FM Online. Now, I am not bitter about some elections that the year called 2018, and I trade for JC and I'm bitter. I'm not bitter about that. Neither am I bitter at all. But if there should be an iota of bitterness, it is from the Republic of Ghana that as a Ghanaian, as somebody who worked hard for us to win in 2008. And let me just also state for the record that Kwame, the 2008 victory, it didn't start one day. It started a long time. President Mahama, you became running mate sometime in July of 2008. And I'll be a vice president. This CRC, a very critical, look at today, 11 years, President Muskabe, 11 years. After Ghana, and now here, that is why people say the constitution must be reviewed. And then here, if Ghana Bar Association say the constitution must be reviewed. Or then I see OSPC, constitution has challenges. Or then I speak about the constitution has challenges. So, at the end of the day, we had a certain process. So my question is, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you want to become president of the Republic of Ghana again. I cannot stop you. I don't have that power to stop you from becoming. I cannot. I have only one vote. But the question that I will ask you, as a Ghanaian, what if I'm in kind this year? As a Ghanaian, I saw your former boss start a certain process of reviewing the 1992 Constitution to align it with modern trends of governance. Kwame, last minute this and come away. Meka me enfant to home you and then mesa yebio. Banku eya eto a president, me vice president, omu tua tuo Ghana ha ye wo ele. Omu de ne. They don't pay taxes on salaries and emoluments.
But because almost salary no. Yes, you should do me the be my say woman sacred because so we are even a MD of Tor oil refinery. Enya dwuma ne salary ebro 70,000 to 80,000.
That one is debatable. Now, some of these entities are income generating entities, and they are corporate entities. The laws and statutes that incorporated them different from this broad public service that the president is engaged in. Because if you are tall boss,
Kwagwe, we are lest I forget. Mami, as I do with me, who can grant their court.
Yes.
Now, say, who are public service? They say they're okay, be it president or whoever. Now, say be a true about Trumpo and now their pension, wama emoluments, all other things that goes with it. Now, we are. We better me a variety with status as a pensioner into public service by way of Sebia may restage come back. Abe president, me a president we are me say a public servant. Means I can quite their court a matter of sub judice. But maybe we are major adventure.
Good. Hasn't the matter been ruled on? I think that Ken Kwanchi thing has been ruled on.
No. According to Ken Kwanchi, was see.
Yes.
The way your application. Exactly. That's
wonderful. Okay, but we can still discuss it without questioning the judgment of the court. So let's discuss it. It is true. So that is where you have the letter and the spirit. So Ken Kwanchi is trying to test the spirit of the letter, because in the letter, maybe I can get my ex gratia after 4 years today, so I'm a former president. But because the Constitution says that I can go, or I have the capacity to have another 4-year term. It's after swearing. Okay, it's after 2 4-year terms, and I want to mean Kobium. But inside or embedded in that 2 4-year term is another lacuna, another issue, which I raised about 4 or 5 months ago at a certain forum. Now, who said, as a no video no sound nam yum as if a no and but Mesa can Esisudia was this very powerful platform. Anything. So to answer your question, what pension when you're ex gratia? Because Constitution now go ahead say Sambre Biumbo. Inti wo Sambre Bium. I know they won't to by the letter won't to but the same Constitution, Kwame, the Hona and Common one. The same Constitution says that, and I believe that after you have sworn the oath of office on 2 occasions, you cannot come back. Now, you can be president only twice. The Constitution may not be explicit on what twice means, but I am interpreting it as a layman in Ghana.
And the young can say maybe it's shrouded in ambiguity.
Good. It is that ambiguity that we have to look at, and I think that's what Ken Kwanchi was trying to look at, and which Ghanaians now must look at. Let me say, Kwame. So you can take the oath of office twice. In the letter, it says 2 times. But the question is that, Kwame.
Say a consecutive. And now
two consecutive. No, I don't think it's even 2 consecutive. It's 2 times.
2 times.
So you can come and go and come back. But once you've done it twice, Magana ya carry. But then talking about the 2 consecutive terms, that is where the issue is now for some of us as we are discussing Ghana. And we say on the 24th of July, 2012, President Mahama held onto the sword of state and swore the presidential oath. That's the first one he swore. On the 7th of January 2013.
And so now, my Mr. Question, say eba say President Mills nya ni be bi koye no
good
ena oso edi be 6 months me pacho me boa ena 2012 no kan say uncontested bi mu a ni status nka o edi en
so go ex-president so that is where the law itself is subject to all kinds of interpretation, because then the argument I was making now is that so if Rawlings swore back to back and never came back again, President Kufuor swore back to back.
2012 no odina djuma ba wiye ebra o si President Mills anemu no na oye ex-president.
Oh, ex-president, thank you.
Ena was signed Eddie Akunyano or winning yet no sub about up to 2016. Ena
2013.
2013.
Yes.
No, by a president. Ena 2016 was I ex-president.
Thank you.
It was ex-president
twice.
Okay.
Not only that, because President Mills who you know, Yankasa President Mills in Tamna or Kayeno, but Nantes and Tamumu, Nafayan Edmana at Wasono, Debbie. Yeah, they are flannel share wonsa. So what Casantam Cassiano, a drew also. So you are now the president and commander in chief of the Republic of Ghana. You are not finishing President Moses 5-6 months now. Even though you are his vice president, we are swearing you in as a new. Of course, that is why, as the new president, he had the capacity to change policies, and he did. He changed all kinds of policies, including CRC here. Sabi 1 month is one fanya juma. Why did they make a court say other than one to us? It was because, as the new president of the Republic of Ghana, the Constitution allowed him to take his decisions. So he took his decisions independent of the decisions of President Mills. So you have been president twice, you've sworn the oath twice. So now, given this scenario, if he becomes president again in 2013, assuming he becomes president again in 2025, so he will be swearing the oath of office for the third time. Now, if a citizen now takes the Constitution to the Supreme Court and says, Supreme Court, we are in violation of our own Constitution, and that the sitting president is an unconstitutional president, what happens to the Republic of Ghana? And I'm sure that is what Ken Kranchi was trying to test. I don't know. I don't know how he worded it. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying from the commonsensical point of view, and because common sense runs this whole world anyway, this whole legal and religious things are human constructs.
Even history of common law, actually said 1066, and one conquer British minor. From baby now, yeah, no, I'm say okay, one more pay, be bebu mine, and okay. Mono, I dear way no, a mra mode ebum who is a where you're saying, ain't it? One more gathering in what came to be known as common law.